Okay, first of all, disclaimer, this is not a regular video that I do. In fact, this is actually one of those off videos that I'm going to do. So if you're here to subscribe, don't. This is not what you're going to get. The second disclaimer, I'm a big fan of WheezyWaitor. I wasn't trying to prove anything. In fact, I wasn't even trying to beat the challenge that he ended up quitting because I didn't even know I was doing it. I didn't know I was doing his challenge. I was doing this for me and me only at the time. So what is the challenge that he quit? That is going to bed at 7 every night so that so he can sleep more and then wake up earlier. Full on disclosure, I don't choose 7 at night. The goal behind what I was doing was getting more sleep. As I wanted to get sleep earlier so I can wake up earlier. That was my personal goals with the challenge, because I was going to bed at like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. like way too late, and then waking up at like 3 p.m. so I was getting like 10 to 12 hours of sleep. I want less because ironically I sleep less when I go to bed early. So I've been trying to flip my schedule. That's the other thing. I'm trying to flip my sleep schedule so I have more daylight time than I do have nighttime. And it's just easier for how my schedule works out if I just have everything in the day. Plus, I like waking up like a normal person. I feel like a failure if I don't wake up before 12 o'clock. So for me, the challenge was not getting to bed at 7, but actually getting to bed at like 9 or 10 before I went, and then I would be able to get up at 6 a.m. and go back to work, because I want less sleep in my day so I can do more work in my day.
At first it wasn't that hard. I fell asleep a lot easier than I thought I would around 7, which means I just need more sleep. And it's the Midwest and it gets dark at about noon here. But then I'd wake up at like 10, maybe 11, so I go to bed at 7, we'd sleep for 2 or 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours, and then I would be up for like 4 hours.
So during the first week that I've done this, which by the way I've been doing this for 2 to 3 weeks now, I have not reaped any benefits from this challenge. There's just no challenge. I'm not getting anything out of it. But the first thing he talks about is that when he goes to bed, he wakes up and then stays up for 4 hours and then goes to bed again during his nighttime. And that while this has accomplished giving him more hours of sleep that he's been looking for,
4 to 6 every night, but I was in bed for like 14 hours to get the 8 or 9 hours.
So what I do want to highlight on this is that actually does happen. When you try to sleep earlier than your body is rested, or than your body's circadian rhythm is used to, it automatically treats whatever you're trying to sleep as a nap, and it will force you up. Like, I don't know how this works, I don't know why this works for whatever it is, but your body treats it as a nap, and you will be forced awake within 2 hours of trying to sleep. That is not something that is awesome. Yeah. I am not the only one who feels this problem. This is a problem that my mom, she personally has expressed to me, is like whenever she tries to go to sleep earlier than usual, she refuses to go to sleep earlier than usual because it causes her to wake up in the middle of the night and can't go to sleep for a couple of hours. It's just a thing that happens, and so you just kind of sit in bed or you wait around and wait for you to go back to sleep. For me, that's what happened the whole time. Is I was awake the whole time, and I couldn't go back to sleep.
But if I can get myself to regularly go to bed at like 10, I think, which I don't know that I'm going to be able to do forever, but I'm going to try, then I can maybe get myself to get up earlier and then have more time to work during the day and be done earlier.
So he then talks about the benefits that he was searching for that I personally am trying to get, which is being able to get stuff done earlier so that you have more time at the end of the day to do stuff that you want to do. And that is what I'm trying to do as well. And has that helped me? Actually, no. No, that hasn't helped me. What it has gotten me, though, is that more time in the morning. The problem with going to bed earlier and having less sleep in general, so I consider a full 10 hours to be enough for me to be rested. When you cut out that, everybody's amount of sleep changes per person. This is not, nobody sleeps the same amount. This is not me. Google search sleep doctors or whatever, sleep specialists and so on and so forth, you will find this answer. So if you sleep more than the regular person, don't beat yourself up. If you sleep less than the regular person, don't beat yourself up. But something I've noticed is that from being able to go from 10 hours of sleep down to 4 to 6 hours of sleep is that I actually am much less motivated to get anything done. So a lot of the stuff that I do, I've got I'm a 3D artist, so I'm a freelance 3D artist. I do commissions for VR chat clients. I've done some stuff for U2s, aka I've done the Swagger Souls, the Jameski, and the Jontron VR chat models as video game VR chat models. And so I picked up a couple of those commissions, and I'm having the utmost difficulty getting myself to go and do them. Whereas if I had enough sleep, I would just wake up and be like, yeah, let's do this, let's get this done. So I procrastinate a whole lot more than I used to. If I had to give a suggestion to those who are trying to pick up this challenge that think they're going to get more energy or more time to do things, I don't think that you're going to get that from this challenge. So now I want to talk about the withdrawals, the problems with doing this. Some of the things that you're going to go through as one of these things is my eyes are so dry. They're so much more dry than usual. I have to rub them a bit more. It feels like if you ever stay up too long and that you start feeling like these veins popping right above your eyelids and whatnot, that's what I have. It feels like I have a constant 100% red eye all the time from lack of sleep. So not only am I getting less sleep, but even the sleep that I am getting is not real sleep. In fact, I don't think I'm getting good sleep at all because I'm just not getting rested. So my eyes are just constantly dry, and they're very itchy. It's not fun. And I think that's just your body trying to tell you that you need to sleep more. A third thing, and this one is probably the most prominent, and it might be just a personal problem for me, because there is a stomach queasiness that comes with doing this. And this is probably just a me thing, but I know that every time that I'm missing out on any sleep whatsoever, my stomach locks up and it becomes really queasy, so I feel sick in the mornings. And I don't know what that is, why, I don't know what that is for. I just know that that is a thing that happens. So now that I've finally gotten onto where I can go to bed at an early time, wake up at 6 a.m., get ready for all of my stuff for the day, I still have this pit of clamped muscle right beneath my rib cage on the first set of abdomen. And that's not been fun. I'm actually really worried about that. I'm worried if that's going to be a personal thing or if that's just an anxiety thing. And then it's kind of sent me down a rabbit hole of constant worry, because I hear people who've got like ulcers have that kind of thing, or people who've got so on and so forth, and I'm just hoping that it's something completely harmless. Currently, I'm not experiencing any of the benefits that you would expect from doing something like this. I've been in this for 2 weeks now, for sure, possibly 3. I'm not feeling any benefits, no working benefits, no physical labor, and I think I just have to stick with this a little bit longer before I can start reaping those benefits. Once you get out of sync, I'm lucky because I work for me. I guess one benefit I can say is that to the people that are getting up before me or getting up during my time, I will be able to say like, oh, now I can say like, oh, let's go out for breakfast, instead of me saying, them inviting me to dinner, and I have to consider that my breakfast. So that's one of the benefits that I'm doing. Am I proud that I'm doing this? I am very happy that I am doing this. I feel like I'm overcoming a challenge. I feel like I'm doing better, and I consider that the only thing you need to beat in life is yourself. There's only one person in the world that you need to defeat, and that is you. And I consider this largely a success, as I'm defeating me. I'm doing very badly. Sometimes I'm losing the fight, sometimes I'm winning the fight, but I am disciplining myself, and I consider this a huge success in terms of that. So from when I would be going to bed at like 5 a.m., I'm now successfully going to bed at 7 a.m. 7 p.m. And that is very wonderful. I forgot to mention that one of the things that WheezyWaitor speculated that might be keeping him up or preventing him from going to bed properly or staying asleep properly was coffee. That is a possibility. It is a possibility that might be happening. It is important to note that I, too, drink 2 cups of coffee a day. I think my coffee is a little bit more potent than his, but it is a speculation. However, something worth noting is that I was still drinking the same amount of coffee I am today than I was when I was getting 10 to 12 hours of sleep. So I was still getting that amount of coffee, and I was able to sleep through and feel completely rested through all through my sleep schedule. So I don't think that it is I personally don't believe that it has any effect on whether or not you sleep well or not. He did mention that when he doesn't have coffee, it makes him feel dead for the whole entire day or exhausted, so he thinks that might have a thing. A personal disagreement. I'm no professional, but coffee is a stimulant and therefore also a drug. And if you're drinking coffee every day, your body is going to grow a need for that coffee. It's going to start building pathways to get that stimulant to the brain faster, and so and it will stop producing its own personal stimulants because now you're substituting for artificial ones. And so when you're getting off coffee for an entire day, you're having withdrawals, and that is what causes you to go into this no energy zone or feeling exhausted for the whole day. That's what that is. I don't know. Part of me also believes that there is an effect to drinking coffee every day that is on your sleep. But for me to actually try and look into that, but if you're going to try and tell me that my life would be much better without my coffee, you can pry it from my cold, dead hands. That's not happening. I'm keeping my coffee.